So you subpoenaed Speaker McCarthy's toll records after he became Speaker, and you sought records from November 2020 through January 8th, 2021. Like, what were you looking for with his records? Like, what did you do with the information you obtained?
Okay, so what the relevance of those records, there'd be several examples, but his contacts with either co-conspirators, the president, or conduits of information to the president was relevant to our investigation. And an example I could give you is on January 6th, we had information from Mark Meadows, who was present for a call where Congressman McCarthy was asking for help. He was asking the president to come to his aid while the Capitol was being seized. Getting the exact toll records for when that happened was relevant for our investigation, both to question other witnesses about, so we had an accurate timeline, and also to corroborate that the call happened at approximately the time witnesses said it happened.
But it's pretty significant to subpoena the Speaker of the House's toll records, right?
We followed department policy, and we followed all legal requirements in getting those records.
I mean, you know, to get the information you're looking for, nobody disputed the Speaker and the President were having communications on January 6th. So one way you could have gotten that information is you could have asked the Speaker's lawyer to look at his phone records and to give you the information you needed, right?
Well, you say now that nobody's disputing, but my experience in criminal investigations is that people often at trial dispute things that you never thought were going to be in dispute during the investigation. And so when I conduct a criminal investigation, I don't assume there will be no disputes. Having a record that is a hard record about a time, and the timeline of that afternoon was particularly important because that violence started. The president refused to stop it. He endangered the life of his vice president. Then he's getting calls, and not calls from Democrats, not calls from people he doesn't know, calls from people he trusts, calls from people he relies on, and still refuses to come to the aid of the people at the Capitol. That's very important evidence for criminal intent in our case.
Right, but you could have asked Elliot Burke for that information, the Speaker's lawyer. You could have asked Elliot Burke to say, can you get us the Speaker's phone records for this time? And he probably would have said, of course, avoiding a toll record subpoena.
And your question?